Okay, so this is how to replace the coil and spark plug wire on a 1993 Honda Nighthawk cb250. So what you do is you turn off your fuel, set that to off, and you remove your fuel line. As you can see right here, you remove your fuel line. Mine's very tight. And you take your fuel container of choice and you drain it into there. If it'll work. There we go. Get the little driblets out of there as best you can. Come on. You get the little driblets out of there, and that's good enough for me. What you do next is you again take your fuel container of choice and you set it down on the ground, and you take whatever piece of crap, hose, something or another you got, and you set it right there, and you put it inside the fuel container as best as you can. As you can see, I had to extend mine, but then what you do next is you set it to reserve and you let it drain down into your fuel container of choice. Now this may take from 2 minutes to possibly 10 minutes. It really depends on what size fuel line, how clean your fuel petcock is, how much gas you got in the gas tank. It really just depends. This is going to take a few minutes. I'll catch back up with y'all whenever it's done. It also helps if you open your gas cap. It allows there to be air going into the fuel tank, which will help prevent vacuum, and it will help it to drain just a wee bit faster. Okay, so I have drained my gas tank as good as I need it to be drained. So what you do next is, you remove your seat, which mine, we didn't have the key for, so we didn't have the key for the motorcycle, so we had to remove the helmet lock, which is the seat lock basically. So I have to get underneath here with a pair of needle-nose pliers to remove the seat, to pull the cable to remove the seat. So I got my needle-nose pliers. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up underneath here and find the cable for the helmet lock. I'm going to have to pop the side panel off a little bit so I can get my hand up underneath here, find the cable, so that I can then grab it with my needle-nose pliers and pull it out. Okay, so I got it with my needle-nose pliers. I'm gonna pull on it and it should pop off. Okay, so I got the cable back. I should just now be able to pull on it. Yep, there it went. And slide the seat off. What you do next, once you get that, is you come over here, right here, and you take whatever wrench of your choice, you put on there, and pull it off. You remove this screw. This right here holds on the gas tank. Now once you got this screw removed, you take your gas tank, try to find somewhere where you don't have to lay on the fuel petcock. And for me, that is my open tote of parts, extra parts I have for this motorcycle. Because I keep everything off of here because it's hard to find parts. And when you do find them, they're expensive. So I keep everything. Just like these old mission coils on mine. They still work. I'm still going to keep them. So I'm still going to keep them just in case I ever need coils and I can't find them. In case I ever need coils and wires and I can't find them. So what you do now is you come over here to where your coils are located. They're located right here. Let me bring you a little bit closer. See, right here. They're located right here. So what you do is unplug your plug, and right here you got two cables. What you do is, oh, there went my camera. What you do is you remove these two cables right here. See, I got you in a better position now. Here you go. You take your nail nose pliers and you pop both cables off. You got your black one, which goes on the black stud. You got your green cable, which goes on the green stud. And then you pull the coil off. See? Dang it. See? You got the coil right here, the coil and wire right here. Now what I'm going to do, since the ones I bought, they're aftermarket, they're not stock original parts. The rubber holder on mine is made from some really cheap rubber and I don't trust it, so I'm going to take the stock one off and put on a new one. Just the way you do that is you pull it off, slide it down it, pop it off the end like that. Then you take your new coil and wire, you pop the old one off. It's kind of snug. There it goes. Pop the old one off. You remove it. It's gonna come off. Take your original one and you put it on. Boom. There you go. Replacement. You replaced it. Like that. Just like that. Now I got the stock one back on there. So what you do next is you take it and you put on the original mounting point, like so. Then you take your green wire, you put on the green stud. There you go. On there nice, snug and tight. Then you take your black and yellow wire and you put it on the black stud. Then I've already got a new plug on this side. I don't on the other side because I'm waiting for it. I got a new plug on this side, so what I do is I just plug it in on this side. Boom, there we go. And then this coil, since like I said, it's aftermarket, not original. It's the only ones I could find. I'm going to take it and I'm going to shove it in between the wiring harness and the frame for now. I am going to come back whenever I get zip ties. I'm going to zip tie it. But I'm completely out of zip ties. So, do that. Shove it in between. And that should be good. That should keep it away from the head of the engine so that I don't get burnt or anything ridiculous like that. And as you can see, I had to wire up a new headlight. Blah, blah, blah. Talk about that in another video. So what you do next is you move to the other side. So now I'm on this side. I'm going to remove the plug. I'm going to remove the wires. I haven't taken this side off yet. I have taken the other side off to show my parents so that they buy me the parts. So I know that may sound like a spoiled rotten brat, but I'm not. I had to prove to them that I had found the right parts and that I needed them. Dang. Does not want to come off. Good. Googly moogly. There it goes. Same with the other side. That side off. Like so. I bent it. I'll bend it back. Boom, right there, bent back, good, ready to go. Alright, remove the rubber holder, like so. As you can see, this one's on there a lot better. Dirty too, but got it off. Now time to replace it with the new one. Same as the other side. For mine, remove the rubber. You don't have to do this with yours, it just depends on what you have. Like I said, mine aren't stock original replacement ones, so I have to do this. I don't have to, I don't trust these rubbers. I don't trust them. So toss that on the ground. You pick it up later, of course. Keep everything for these bikes, and boom, got that on. Now you put it back on. Boom, like that. You get your green wire. Put that on. Like so. It will go on. It doesn't really want to go. It went on though. Then you get your black and yellow wire. Put it on. And then you take your wire. This one's rattling. I gotta look at it. So here's what I found out was wrong with this one. This little itty bitty baby piece right here. It screws in. It's what the end of the spark plug goes into. It either wasn't screwed in to begin with, or it came loose through shipping. It completely came loose, and luckily it just goes on with a little flathead screwdriver. As you can see, it's got the indentions right there. Come on, auto zoom, whatever. But yeah, it's got the little indentions right there. So I'm gonna take a flathead screwdriver, put in those indentions, and I'm gonna screw it back in. Okay, I've got that fixed. Got it screwed down in there. And one thing I didn't mention on the other side, because I'd already done it. These ones I got, they got this little bits of rubber in there, as you can kind of see. Possibly, maybe. You got these weird little bits of rubber down in there. Nut. Well, I kind of zoomed in on a little tree nut with it. What you do is you take your nail pliers and you grab the edge of it and you start just pulling it out. You can go from either direction. See, pulling crap out. I want to remove this because I think it's absolutely hideous and how it can possibly interfere with the connection. Yeah, you remove these little nipples and crap down in here. It's fairly easy to find. See, look how clear it is. It's fairly easy to find parts for the engine for these, because they used them throughout 10 to 20 years. This model engine they used for, I believe, around 10 years, because they used them from 1991 to 2001. 2001, 1 and 2. So you can still find engine parts for these fairly easy, but body panels are hard to find because they use these engines in the Honda Rebels and a couple other motorcycles, but they didn't make a lot of these 250 Nighthawks because they had a 750 option. So for most of them, most people would just buy the 750s. And same as the other side, you put it in on your spark plug. Wait till that click kind of sound, and then for me, take it and kind of shove the excess up here until I can get some zip ties. And then after that, you put the gas tank back on. Let me go get it. So I got the gas tank. Take the gas tank. You try to straighten your handlebars, and you put the gas tank on there. make sure it's on the front rubber. Then you line up the hole down here, and you take your bolt that you had. Let me adjust you so that you can see this better. Okay, so got you in a better position now. You take your bolt, you stick it through the rubber, and you get it lined up. You get started. There it goes. See? Got started. Take the wrench, put it on there, and you tighten it down. Now you always want to have the end that's gonna really be having the torque to be this end of the wrench, or you'll really start stripping out bolts. And if you're ever buying monkey wrenches, buy the nice ones, because they end up with all this play and everything from factory if you buy just all the cheap ones. So buy the expensive ones. Pop your side panel back in. Side panels back in. And you come over to this side. Or you don't even have to come over to that side. I'll just adjust you. Take your seat. You pop it back on. Seat back on. Did not go on. There we go. Put your seat back on. And for me, you push it down, you bend it so that it will click, and that means it's locked. Now, you come back here to your trusty friend, the fuel petcock. And what you do is you take your rubber line, you hook it back up, and you fill up your gas tank, you fill her up, and then you set this to reserve if you didn't put a lot in there, or full, or on if you completely filled it up, whichever you decide. I usually run it on reserve because I don't put a lot in there, because I don't drive this thing a lot because I can't drive it. I'm too young. My brother drives it. He tests it out for me. So then you roll it out and you turn it on and hope it cranks, and hope it has spark, and hope you got good coils and wires, and you let it run. And that is a full and complete process on how to change / replace your coils and wires on your motorcycle, or on 1992 Honda Nighthawk cb250P. So, I got my fuel, walking out here to my motorcycle. Got it parked out here. Sorry for the wind noise. It's a very windy day today. Gonna put the fuel in her. So, now I'm gonna push that down. Yes, I know I got a Suzuki key. I don't have my normal key. All I have is my brother's key. You're gonna take it. You're gonna turn your ignition on. You're gonna set it to run. You're gonna set your fuel petcock to reserve, for me, that is. You're gonna rev a couple times, get the fuel flowing, and press start. She's cold. One of them ain't running. Maybe it's because the choke's in all the way. And there you go. That's how you replace the coils and wires on a 1992 Honda Nighthawk cb250P. And I say the P because that's the exact model list. I think it means blue. I'm not quite sure. But this works for any 1993 Honda Nighthawk cb250. From 1991 all the way up to 2000, 2001-ish.